If you ever thought, I wish I could clone myself, or I wish my team could read my mind, or how about, I wish my team would do more without having to ask, then this video is for you. Drop a comment below and let me know which one hits hardest because you are not alone in feeling this way. Here's what I know. You don't need a clone, you don't need to work longer hours, and you definitely don't need to add more to your already overflowing plate. What you need is a team that knows exactly what matters most and how they contribute to making it happen. I'm Melissa James, and today I'm sharing one simple 15-minute meeting that helps your team step up so you can finally stop doing it all yourself. And if this is your first time here, I help business owners have more growth, more freedom with less grind. If you're tired of feeling like everything falls back to you, stick around because this changes everything. Welcome to Small Strategic Steps for a Strong Year. If you're a business owner who's tired of feeling like the business is running your life, this series is for you. Over the next 5 videos, you'll learn simple, practical steps to move from constant firefighting to confident CEO leadership. By the end of this series, you'll feel confident that you're focused on the right things in your business and not just spinning your wheels. This is part 3 in our series on small strategic steps to build a strong year. And we're building on what we've already covered. Here's a quick recap. Step 1, you chose your 3 non-negotiable priorities for the year, the things that will actually move the needle. Step 2, you broke them down into 90-day actions and assigned ownership so that you have a clear roadmap and accountability. Now, step 3, we're going to start sharing that plan with your team so that you're not the only one carrying it. And listen to me about this. If you're just jumping in here, you can still take action from today's content, even if your plan isn't perfect, because often done is better than perfect. Here's what I see with business owners all the time. Most don't even realize that they're keeping their focus and priorities locked in their own heads, and it's costing them time, energy, and momentum. You might think things like, they already know what's important in our business. I don't need to tell my staff. Or this is my job. It's probably just easier if I handle the planning myself. Or my team, they have a lot on their plate. And I don't want to add more demands by sharing priorities and plans. Sound familiar? Well, let me know in the comments which one of these you've thought recently. But here's the truth that shifts everything. Your team can't carry what they can't see. And until they understand your priorities, not just the daily tasks, but why those tasks matter and where they fit into the bigger picture, you'll always feel like the bottleneck. Think about it. When your team doesn't know what you're trying to accomplish, they default to busy work. They ask you every question. They wait for your direction on decisions that they could make themselves. It's not because they don't care. It's because they're operating in the dark. The solution isn't working harder or micromanaging more. It's bringing them into the light. Here's what most business owners get wrong. They think team alignment requires a lengthy, complex strategy session, and it doesn't. What you need is what I call a 15-minute priority alignment. This isn't a deep dive or a strategy session. It's a clarity catalyst. Here's exactly how to run it. First, share your 3 priorities for the year. Keep it simple. Here's what we're focused on in the next 12 months. You don't have to go into depth, just a brief explanation of each. Second, zoom into your 90-day action plan. Say something like this. Here's how we'll tackle these priorities over the next 12 weeks. This gives them an immediate focus. Third, and this is crucial, explain why it matters. This is the part most business owners skip, and it's costing them buy-in from their teams. You want to connect it to your mission, your clients, or the impact that you're trying to make. Help them see the bigger why behind the work. Fourth, tie it into their specific role. This is where the magic happens. For each person, explain, here's how your work connects to the bigger picture and why what you do matters. Be specific. Let's say Jacob handles client communications, then explain how his work directly supports priority number 2. Finally, end with this question. What's one way you can move this forward in your role this week? Now, don't skip this step. It shifts them from passive listeners to active contributors. That's it. 15 minutes. This one conversation shifts your team from guessing what matters to knowing exactly where to focus, to actually owning their piece of it. Here's what happens next. Your team starts making decisions that align with your priorities. They stop waiting for your permission on things they can handle. They begin to see how their daily work connects to something bigger. And you finally start to feel like you have partners, not just employees. Drop a comment and let me know what's the biggest challenge you face when trying to get your team aligned with your vision and your priorities. Now, maybe you're thinking, Melissa, I haven't even figured out my 3 priorities yet. Do I need to wait? Absolutely not. You don't need to wait until everything's perfect to start bringing your team along. You could say something like this: here's where my head's at right now. I'd love your input as we refine the plan. Or, I'm still working through our exact priorities, but here's what I'm thinking, and here's how you would fit into it. Now, remember that your team wants to contribute. They want to know they matter. And sometimes the best conversations happen when you're still figuring things out. The goal isn't perfection, it's connection and clarity. Even a rough plan shared openly is better than a perfect plan kept to yourself. Let's recap what we've covered today. If you're feeling the weight of carrying everything, this is how you begin to share it. One 15-minute alignment meeting gets your team aligned and activated around what actually matters. You don't need a full system or a perfect strategy presentation. You need a starting point. And this is it. Here's your micro action for this week. Schedule 15 minutes with your team. Share your priorities. Then explain why they matter. Connect their work to that bigger picture and ask them how they can contribute. That's it. Simple but game-changing. After you try this, come back and let me know how it went. I read every comment and I'd love to hear your success stories. Next week in our series, we'll tackle the one weekly metric that keeps your team on track without you having to micromanage every detail. Because once they're aligned, you need a way to measure momentum without becoming the tracking police. Now make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you're ready to go deeper into building a team that actually runs with your vision instead of waiting for your direction, but you're thinking, Melissa, I'm so buried in the day-to-day, I don't even have time to plan these meetings, then start with my free 40-hour Freedom Fast Track. It'll show you how to reclaim 40 hours this month without hiring, hustling, or staying up later. Once you have that breathing room, you'll actually have the time to implement what we talked about today. You'll find the link in the description below. Your business doesn't have to live on your shoulders. This is how you start sharing the load. I'm Melissa James. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.